So, this Ooty trip was completely unplanned, greenery, adventure and a whole lot of fun. Let's get into it. I booked this trip through TripBay community on Instagram with Kishwar. The itinerary was all set, so we just had to show up and enjoy. Our pickup point was Banshankari, so we took the metro to get there. Excitement 100%. Energy level also 100%. The trip officially began. We did stop for tea breaks, and then the bus turned into a party with music, dancing, and also the realization that sleep was not going to be an option. After a long ride, we finally entered the Madhumalai forest. The air was fresh, the vibes were good, and we were all on high alert for any surprise elephant appearances. First food stop of the trip was for tea and a light breakfast. They called it light, but my appetite strongly disagreed. We stopped at a scenic spot filled with trees, so naturally a full-blown photoshoot had to happen. Priorities! We reached our stay, Singapore Resorts. No, it's not in Singapore, and no, there were no free flight tickets included, but the rooms pretty nice. After freshening up, we had breakfast and coffee, fully ready to start exploring Ooty like professional tourists. I was serving cozy winter fashion goals with my outfit. We headed towards our first destination, Doddabetta Peak View. I made amazing friends in this trip who all had the same goal as me, to have fun. The weather was really chilly and foggy. I was literally shivering even after wearing such a huge sweater. We walked for a while and finally reached our destination, the viewpoint. The view from Doddabetta Peak was breathtaking, but the wind was on a mission to destroy my hair. I clicked endless photos and then I saw a brown hat that I had to buy. Outfit level upgraded. We then visited Benchmark Tea and Chocolate Factory, and we actually learnt a lot. From how different types of tea are processed to the science behind making rich, creamy chocolate, it was fascinating to see everything from scratch. It made us appreciate every sip and of course every bite a little more. There were many shops for tea, chocolates and all sorts of stuff, and I specifically bought chocolate tea because that's my favorite. The entire place totally smelled like candy heaven. I met some school kids who hyped me up like I was a celebrity. My self-esteem is boosted for life. And then shopping mode activated. There were essential oils, skincare, chocolates, winter clothes, bags, accessories and a lot more things. Ooty Botanical Garden is like nature's own art gallery. Huge, colorful and full of plants that look better than us on a good hair day. The garden is packed with flowers, jane trees and people fighting for the best selfie spot. If you ever feel like escaping city life, this is the place. Just be ready to dodge a few overly enthusiastic photographers. Our next stop was Ooty Boathouse. Serene lake, misty hills and us enjoying the ride while the boatman did all the hard work. I enjoyed this so much. We celebrated Jay's birthday on the boat, the view was unreal and the cake was the real MVP. There were arcade games, dashing cars and a lot of fun activities, but I wanted to scream, so I rode the Columbus twice. We stopped at a Darjeeling Momo place and I swear, those momos deserve an award. They were delicious. We then went back to our stay because we had to make it for the campfire. We danced like crazy and had the best time. 10 on 10 experience. After dinner, 4 of us decided to go on a late night walk just for fun. As we walked, we found a small temple where bhajans were going on. So we went inside and sat there for a while. Just as we decided to leave, it suddenly started raining. We found a place to sit and we actually sat there for almost half an hour waiting for the rain to stop. It was already 12 am, so we decided to go back. Back in the room, Gaurav taught us how to play cards and turns out I was naturally good at it. I was very happy that I learned something new. We casually ended up playing cards till 2 am. And obviously, I woke up sleep deprived. I had tea with the best view and my outfit was giving full cowgirl energy. We explored a tea estate right opposite our stay. We took aesthetic pictures and convinced ourselves that we were in a travel documentary. The view was breathtaking and so worth it. The energy was so calming and for a moment it felt like we had entered a whole different world. We even found a cute little temple inside. We then headed towards our next destination, the pine forest. There were tall trees, cool breeze and a path so slippery we almost rolled down like cartoon characters. I even went horse riding and honestly with my outfit and hat I felt like I belonged in a western movie. I was ready for adventure but my horse had its own plans. It walked like it was on a lazy Sunday stroll and completely ignored my main character energy. The lake behind the pine forest was a majestic spectacle and then we all tried making a reel but ended up with a funny blooper instead. At least we rewarded ourselves with coconut water. We then went to Paikara waterfalls where the cool breeze and the sound of the water made it the perfect spot to just sit and relax for a while. My tripmate got his future read by an astrologer Meanwhile, I was just predicting what I'd eat next. Aesthetic? No. Worth it? Absolutely. We then stopped at a restaurant with a store selling chocolates, essential oils, snacks, wooden artifacts, and much more. Thankfully, I didn't buy anything that I'd regret later. After lunch, we were on our way back to Bangalore. We spotted elephants, deers, and peacocks. It felt like we even got a wildlife safari in the forest. We passed by Mysore Palace and it looked straight out of a royal fairy tale. One last dinner, lots of chaotic conversations, and just like that, the trip came to an end. Bye bye!